Iron men, said Euron Greyjoy. You have heard my horn, now hear my words. I am Baelin's brother, Kellen's eldest living son. Lord Vicken's blood is in my veins, and the blood of the old Kraken. Yet I have sailed farther than any of them. Only one living Kraken has never known defeat. Only one has never bent his knee. Only one has sailed to Ashai by the shadow and seen wonders and terrors beyond imagining. If you like the shadow so well, go back there, called out Pink-Cheeked Carl the Maid, one of Asher's champions. The Crow's Eye ignored him. My little brother would finish Balon's war and claim the north. My sweet niece would give us peace and pine cones. His blue lips twisted in a smile. Asher prefers victory to defeat. Victarion wants a kingdom, not a few scant yards of earth. From me you shall have both. Crow's Eye, you call me? Well, who has a keener eye than the Crow? After every battle the Crows come in, their hundreds and their thousands to feast upon the fallen. A Crow can espy death from afar, and I say that all of Westeros is dying. Those who follow me will feast unto the end of their days. We are the Ironborn, and once we were conquerors. Our writ ran everywhere the sound of the waves was heard. My brother would have you be content with the cold and dismal north. My niece with even less, but I shall give you Lannisport, Highgarden, the Arbor, Old Town, the Riverlands and the Reach, the Kingswood and the Rainwood, Dawn and the Marshes, the Mountains of the Moon and the Vale of Euron, Tarth and the Stepstones. I say we take it all. I say we take Westeros. He glanced at the priest. All for the greater glory of our drowned god, to be sure. For half a heartbeat, even Euron was swept away by the boldness of his words. The priest had dreamed the same dream when first he'd seen the red comet in the sky. We shall sweep over the green lands with fire and sword, root out the 7 gods of the Septons and the white trees of the Northmen. Crow's Eye, Asher called. Did you leave your wits at Ashai? If we cannot hold the North, and we cannot, how can we win the whole of the 7 kingdoms? Why, it has been done before. Did Balon teach his girl so little of the ways of war? Victarion, our brother's daughter, has never heard of Aegon the Conqueror, it would seem. Aegon? Victarion crossed his arms against his armored chest. What has the Conqueror to do with us? I know as much of war as you do, Crow's Eye, Asher said. Aegon Targaryen conquered Westeros with dragons. And so shall we, Euron Greyjoy promised. That horn you heard I found amongst the smoking ruins that were Valyria, where no man has dared to walk but me. You heard its call and felt its power. It is a dragon horn, bound with bands of red gold and Valyria steel graven with enchantments. The dragon lords of old sounded such horns before the doom devoured them. With this horn, Ironman, I can bind dragons to my will. Asher laughed aloud. A horn to bind goats to your will would be of more use, Crow's Eye. There are no more dragons. Again, girl, you are wrong. There are 3, and I know where to find them. Surely that is worth a driftwood crown. Euron! Shouted left-hand Lucas Codd. Euron! Crow's Eye! Euron! Cried the red oarsman. The mutes and mongrels from the silence threw open Euron's chest and spilled out his gifts before the captains and the kings. Then it was Hatho Harlaw, the priest, heard, as he filled his hands with gold. Gurrel Goodbrother shouted out as well, and Eric Anvilbreaker, "Euron! Euron! Euron!" The crowd swelled, became a roar. "Euron! Euron! Crow's Eye! Euron King!" It rolled up Nagas Hill like the storm god rattling the clouds. "Euron! Euron! 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 Euron!" Even a priest may doubt. Even a prophet may know terror. Euron Damphair reached within himself for his god and discovered only silence. As 1,000 voices shouted out his brother's name, all he could hear was a scream of a rusted iron hinge.